Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another video by the Option School. This is your friend Pradeep Singla. So every now and then we are finding that FIs are everyday net sellers, and this has led to a decent fall in our markets also. So what is happening? Why this big outflow by FIs is there, and this is happening since October 2021. But first 5 months of this 2022, this selling is so big that it is higher than the total buying they have done in 2021. So we all know three reasons basically for this are as global liquidity tightening is there. What has happened is during the pandemic, everywhere all the central banks have reduced their interest like rates like anything, and everybody wanted that let us increase the supply of money, and now everybody has started tightening the things. So once this liquidity is getting tightened, obviously FIs are also feeling that pressure. That is number one reason. Then especially for countries like India, our rupee is depreciating very fast. So if our rupee is depreciating like this, obviously FIs will have to convert all the money back to their dollars or their currencies, and with depreciating rupees they definitely get some loss. So that is another reason why they need to exit these markets. And then third main reason obviously is Russia Ukraine war, which is still ongoing. Now all these things are affecting the big outflows by FIs. But what is happening with this outflow, with the money they have taken out from our markets, is they are definitely not keeping it cash. So where is all this money going? If they have taken away so much of money from our markets in last 5 months or last 7 8 months, what are they doing with this money? This is the question which was really in my mind also from last so many days. So what has happened is FIs have withdrawn money from many countries, but they have invested major portion of that money in some other countries. So why is this shift done? I was doing my research. Ultimately, I got this article on a beautiful article by Live Mint, and which says FIs are selling Indian shares big time. Here is where they are investing. This is a premium article, but very well done. And their other articles are really good. So let me share with you what this article says broadly, so that we also understand what is happening to this shift, why the shift is happening, where this shift of money is happening. Now, with war between Russia and Ukraine, the global import export dynamics obviously is impacted. Both Russia as well as Ukraine were key exporters for many commodities, including crude, electrical goods, and so many other things, right? Due to war, prices of all these commodities which they exported became costlier, right? Now what has happened is, because these prices have become costlier, the countries which were exporting these products, they are at an absolute advantage, as now they are getting much higher prices. That is why there was an article also that we said, which said that why nobody wanted this war to stop. So the countries which were exporting same goods or similar goods are really at an advantage, and they are able to extract huge extra price for their commodities. Now FIs also identified this opportunity. So what is happening is that if Ukraine, now it's totally devastated, so it is not able to uh, export whatever they wanted to export. Right. Similarly, Russia also is facing a lot of sanctions, so there are problems with exports from Russia also. So all otherwise the consumption has not reduced, right? So if these two countries are not exporting or exporting less, then obviously somebody else must be exporting. So FIs identified this opportunity, and they started shifting their investments from countries which are net exporters rather than investing in countries which are net importers. Now countries which are net importers are at a disadvantage. What is happening? They have to buy things at a much costlier price. So countries which are exporting countries are at advantage. So FI started investing heavily in countries like Brazil Thailand and Indonesia, specifically these three countries, they have got huge advantage because of exports stopped by Ukraine or reduced by Russia. Now, once you want to invest in these countries, obviously you will need to withdraw money from some other countries. So FIs, uh, for investing in these countries, they started withdrawing money from countries like India, which are net importing countries, right? So till this war is on, it's having an extra impact on countries like us, because this FI inflow, which used to be an inflow, is now becoming an outflow because they are trying to make best. They're trying to make most of this opportunity that, okay, let us now put money in these countries who are gaining heavily because of extra price they are getting with this export opportunity. So the next question, which is an obvious question, is once the war is over, do we think that, okay, FIs will be back to countries like us? So once the war is over, the main issue is, yes, they can come back to countries like India, but the main issue is that it will take a good amount of time to get the original import export dynamics back into the market. It's not that, okay, war is over and then from very next 2 3 days or very next 2 3 weeks or months things will normalize. So countries which have already gained some momentum for exporting their goods will definitely try to keep their hold on all the exports they are able to increase. Obviously there will be some shift, but yes, still they will be at a decent level. But the problem is they may not keep on getting the same kind of a price what they are getting now, right? But definitely Indian growth story is definitely intact. Our companies have shown great results. We are showing clear recovery from COVID, results of COVID levels. So ultimately, yes, FIs should come back because ultimately they want growth for their capital. So once this war is over, the dynamics will change for within next 2 3 4 months, and we will see if FIs inflows are not coming, at least their outflows will definitely reduce drastically. Now another question by reading this live mint article which comes to our mind is that, okay, when FIs have taken so much of money from countries like India and they have invested into countries like Brazil, Thailand, Indonesia, so what has happened in those countries? Have their stock markets or their capital markets performed extremely well? Because otherwise what we see that, okay, most of the markets follow US markets and US markets are falling, all the other markets are also falling. So is there any kind of a contrarian growth in those kind of markets? What is the performance of these countries where these huge inflows are received? Now this is a question which we need to answer maybe in our next video, right? If you're not our subscriber, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button, and if you have already subscribed, please go ahead and click on the like button. You can join our memberships, gold membership, where you have exclusive videos for basic concepts of options, and diamond membership where you have exclusive videos for a lot of adjustments strategies in options. To join, you can click on this join button. You can contact us for our recorded videos or workshops at these numbers, or you can write to us at info@theoptionschool.in. Do follow us on Twitter @the Option School. Like the content, share the content if you feel it's useful to somebody. Please go ahead and share it, and we will be waiting for your comments on this content, right? And if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button. Wish you all the best. Have a great day. See you soon in our next video. Thank you.